side hustle, my passion project podcast. But one of the things that nearly every single guest on that program has said to me in one form or another is the need to bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. This is what winners do. This is what successful people do. And most importantly, this is what Aaron Judge did. I'm not sure there's ever been a better or more pure example of betting on yourself than what this guy did. In fact, I'm pretty certain there hasn't. I'm pretty certain that Aaron Judge just set the bar and the standard for what it means to bet on yourself and then hit the bleeping jackpot. I mean, this dude did tell the Yankees to take their absurd, lowball, cheap ass, frankly offensive extension offer and shove it. And then 6 months later, he is sitting on 60 home runs. Oh my goodness gracious, of all the dramatic things, he tied the babe at 60. You might as well add another 60 mil to that contract offer too. I'm telling you, I think everybody has to admit, Judge blasting number 60 in a left field at Yankee Stadium to tie the babe is a pretty freaking epic thing. I mean, in a vacuum, on its face, if you're a Yankee fan or even the biggest Yankee hater, how can you not recognize how amazing that is? It's incredible. And that's before you even consider that it kicked off a Yankee comeback from 4 runs down in the bottom of the ninth. So once again, not only is he doing this in a contract year, not only is he doing this after they lowballed him, but almost every single one of those bombs counts and matters and helps them. He's the reason they are where they are. And by the end of the night, he didn't just have, this is the incredible thing about this guy, he didn't just have 60. He also had the American League lead in all 3 Triple Crown categories. You want to bleep you to the organization? You imagine lowballing a guy only to see him go out and win the Triple Crown? It's incredible. He currently leads the American League in home runs, batting average, RBI, runs, total bases, walks, slugging percentage, on-base percentage, OPS, wins above replacement. I'm sure there's more, but I've got to stop somewhere. But you get the point, right? The dude essentially leads the league in everything. I mean, we are so far beyond the point where I don't understand why anybody still throws this guy anything to hit ever. But seriously, why are any of you pitching to this guy at all? Don't get me wrong. I'm glad all these teams are this stupid because the home run chase is pretty mesmerizing. But I'm still confused as to why this guy ever gets even a single pitch to hit. Not only is he literally having one of the best seasons in the long history of the sport, he is on an all-time September heater right now. Check these numbers. Dude's batting .475 this month. With 9 bombs, his on-base percentage this month is .573. Hell, the babe himself would be peeing down his leg at the sight of those fat numbers. It's ludicrous, honestly. The only thing more absurd than this dude's heater and the one he's on is the fact that the people keep throwing him anything to hit. I mean, if the guy can see it, he's going to turn it around. If the guy can see it, he's going to square it up. And why? Again, I have no idea why. I'm just thankful they are that stupid. Another thing I do not understand. How the hell the Yankee brass botched this dude's contract so epically. Yes, we've talked about it, but we have not talked about it enough because this guy's still coming out of his cleats and turning everything around 600 feet. How do you not take care of this guy? What more did this guy have to prove? Why now are you fiscally responsible? It's not like this dude wasn't already the consummate Yankee. Homegrown, class act, no drama, incredibly consistent. And yet somehow, some way, House Steinbrenner and Brian Cashman decided to offer this dude, and this I can never get my head around. They decided to offer this cat nearly $130 million less than the little bro that the Mets offered Francisco Lindor? Yeah, I know. Aaron Judge is really tall. And those guys don't age well. That contract won't age well. He's like 8'7". Yeah, okay. Think about how absurd that is. To quote another New York City icon, because they're just falling out of the trees today. It just doesn't make any sense. And neither does, I'll tell you what really doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
You want to know something that really doesn't make any sense? Their explanation that they, quote, offered him the highest position player contract in the history of the Yankees. And don't you come at me with, yeah, Rome, you've already said that. You know, I'm going to keep saying that. Because that is one of the most offensive things ever. Yeah, but we offered him the highest contract of any position player in the history of the Yankees. And? So what? Not only does that not make any sense, that doesn't mean a damn thing. You're not negotiating with Yankee history. You're negotiating with A, the current market, and B, a current Yankee icon. It is such a BS excuse because the reality is they didn't even offer him more than they offered a teammate. That guy got 9 years and $324 million, as in over $100 million more than they put on the table for Judge this offseason. So he just showed the very best example ever of betting on yourself. And the Yankees just showed the very best example ever of being dumb and cheap and having it come back to bite you in the ass. As I mentioned, why now? Why now is the time to be fiscally responsible? You imagine the Yankee brass cringing through every last one of those 60 bombs this year. I can only hope they cringe a few more times. Oh, and maybe they should take a hint on how much their star means to a Yankee fan, right? How about that 20-year-old Yankee fan who snagged number 60, which could be worth up to an estimated $500,000 or more? And do you know what that guy did? This 20-year-old. He handed the ball back to the Yankees and Judge, because unlike the Yankee brass, this young man gets it. I mean, let me ask you, because I know what some of you are thinking. In fact, I know what all of you are thinking. Is that not the best guy ever? Or is that the dumbest guy ever? And can you be both? I mean, that guy just cost himself probably $500,000. But what a legend. What a class act. He's like, to paraphrase, I love Aaron Judge. I just want to thank him for everything he's done for this organization. Yeah, dude, but you're not a part of the organization. You're a 20-year-old guy holding a lottery ticket. The organization should be thanking the guy for everything he's done for the organization. Not the 20-year-old rando who showed up at a baseball game and somebody put a lottery ticket in his hand. So you tell me, is that the best guy ever or the dumbest guy ever or both? And I can't imagine this guy giving the ball back because he wants to thank Aaron for everything he did for the organization when he's not a part of the organization, and then the organization won't do a damn thing to thank him for what he's done for the organization. Yeah, but not to you, Broham. You were sitting on your retirement plan. You were sitting on your kid's college education. You are a legend. Or pretty dumb, depending on your point of view. I could argue either side, honestly. I just know that a jersey and a few tickets is not going to make up for that. But then again, how do you not love that? A 20-year-old fan who gets it more than the organization does. My man, one word of advice. Next time you snag a historic home run in Yankee Stadium, and who's to say there ever will be a next time? I mean, that was a moment in time, Broham. Next time, especially if the organization is going to treat that guy that way. Why should you treat him any differently? I mean, doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. You can quote me on that. I just made that up. Doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. But my man, next time, the right thing is to hold that son of a bitch ransom. And you start that negotiation with those cheap-ass Yankees at a cool mill. And season tickets for life. You play hardball with those clowns because they play hardball with your hero, Aaron Judge, and Judge worked them. You know, I'm trying to, personalize this. What if it were me? What if it were my family? What if it were one of my boys? What if it was Jake? What if it was Logan? What if Logan caught that ball? I'd be so proud about how selfless he is, how Dodger Jano and I raised such a great young man who thinks of others more than himself. And then when he returned home from that game, I'd make damn sure that everything he owned was packed up in a box by the door.
Pack your bags.
Dad, why is all my stuff empty and all of it in boxes on a U-Haul truck? Well, I don't want to give a mixed message here, Rogues. I am extremely proud of what you did. Having said that, do not let that door hit you in the ass on your way out. Go live with Uncle Aaron. I mean, again, how screwed are the Yankees? Can you imagine? Now they've got to sit down with this guy and lie to him and tell him how much he means to them. And they've got to sit down and hand him a blank check, which is not going to be enough, right? Can you imagine how that boardroom meeting is going to look? Cash slides over a blank check. Judge's agent looks at the blank check, shows it to Aaron. They both laugh their asses off. Cash is like, Aaron, I could see how you might be a little put off. You know what, my man? Big dude, write whatever amount you want on that piece of paper. And he's just going to go, Cash, you know what? Still not enough. A blank check's not enough. The agent will say, first off, Mr. Judge would like Yankee Stadium to be changed to Judge Field. In fact, change everything. Now, going forward, you are the New York Judges. Giving that ball back for peanuts. I mean, I started off thinking you were the best guy in the history of the world, and now I'm thinking, well, not that. Like, why are you going to be that great of a guy when the organization doesn't treat that guy with that kind of respect? Yeah, I know, you're better than the organization, but what's that going to get you? I hate to be this guy. I hate to be this, wait for it, here comes a big word, venal. Look it up. That guy just left $500,000 on the table. Just like the Yankees cost themselves probably $250 million. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.